The biggest bottleneck that I've identified after creating and reviewing thousands of lead generation campaigns is getting more people to respond to your messaging. It doesn't matter if you're using LinkedIn, cold email, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It doesn't matter if you're looking for more clients, you're looking for more employees, or you're even looking for a job. The biggest bottleneck keeping you from getting what you want is simply having more people responding back positively to your messaging. And in this video here, I'm going to break down 5 common reasons why people aren't responding to your messaging and exactly how to fix them. Number 1, you don't have enough authority. I literally have friends who paid $15,000 to $25,000 in order to get that blue check mark on Instagram. Why would people do that? It's because by having that blue check mark, you can very easily create authority for you and your profile. So that way, if you're ever reaching out to anybody or if anybody ever stumbles across your page, they automatically think that you're more legitimate, that you are verified. And it doesn't matter whether they bought it or they didn't buy it. The bottom line is that by doing that one little thing, they were able to have higher responses and higher engagement in their posts and in their messages. Now, I'm not telling you that you need to run out there and spend $15,000 to $25,000 in order to become, verified or to buy, PR or something like that. But I am saying that authority and positioning matters a lot. If you're struggling to get responses to your messaging, then take an objective look at you, your profile, and your online assets and ask yourself if you have enough authority. What does your LinkedIn profile look like? Is it all-star level? Do you have, a professional headshot photo? Do you have a punchy headline? Do you have case studies and examples inside of the summary? Do you have experience on the bottom? Do you have skills? What does your website look like? Does it look like it was created for $10 on Fiverr in about 5 minutes? Or what happens when you Google your name? Does anything pop up? How much content do you have online? How many followers do you have? And just to be clear, I'm not saying that you have to have millions of followers and you have to have all this search engine optimization. I'm just saying that most people have zero authority. They have no positioning. And so a few of the areas that you can very quickly add positioning for free is number 1, by posting more content more frequently, whether it's on LinkedIn or other social media websites, whether you're writing a blog, you do want to show other people that you are an authority. And one of the best ways to do that is by teaching. And so you can teach for free through videos or through written word. The second way that I'd recommend increasing your authority is by creating and publishing case studies or testimonials. So this is very specific to the business world, but if, for example, you sent me a message on LinkedIn and you said, I can help you get you more clients as a real estate agent, and I go to your website, I go to your profile, and I see you're not friends with any real estate agents, I don't see any case studies, I don't see any testimonials, then I'm going to be kind of skeptical of your claims. If, however, I'm skeptical of your claims and I go to your LinkedIn profile and there are, dozens of different testimonials, you have a lot of first-degree connections with a lot of the real estate agents that I know, then it's going to lend a lot more credibility to you. And once again, this doesn't cost any money, it just costs you a little bit of time going to your best clients and asking them for a case study. The second reason I've seen why people aren't responding back to cold messages is because the call to action is not clear enough. So if you don't know what a call to action is, a call to action is when you're essentially asking somebody to do something inside of a message. So for example, in this video, I could say, click the subscribe button down below. That would be a call to action. That's very clear. And I'm asking you guys to do that. No, seriously, click the subscribe button down below. When it comes to cold messaging, a direct call to action would be something like, if you're interested in learning more, click here and book a time on my calendar, or respond back with the word yes, or respond back with your phone number. Those are all different ways that you can have a direct call to action. However, what I've noticed is a lot of people leave it very open-ended. So they'll put this long message and this long copy about how amazing they are, and then they won't even tell the person what to do. They just are pretty much like telling the person how amazing they are and then hoping that they're going to respond back with, oh man, I can't wait to work with you. Send me an invoice link. When in reality, that doesn't happen. So for us, what we do is we keep it very direct. We literally tell them what to respond back. We say respond back yes, because that takes about 2 seconds to type on your keyboard, or we say respond back with your phone number. That way I can pick up the phone and call them right away. Even better than that, if you want to make it even more scalable, you can say click the link here to book a time on my calendar. All of these things are very specific, very direct, and they don't require the other person to do a whole lot of thinking. Number 3, you don't have enough personalization. Now, personalization is kind of on a spectrum when it comes to cold messages. There is this end of the spectrum, which I've seen a lot of people on, this is where most people are, where there's zero personalization. You just say like, hey there, and then you kind of tell them exactly who you are and how you help, and it doesn't look like you've done any research on them whatsoever. Then there's the other level of personalization over here, which is like, you know this person's eye color, what they ate for breakfast this morning, if they had loose stool or not this morning, and you know everything about them, and it takes you 45 minutes to send one message to them. And what we found is that it's best to be somewhere on the middle with a little bit leaning towards the personalized side when you're doing your cold messaging. Because although numbers are great, everyone talks about volume, send 1,000 messages a day. In reality, I'd rather send 100 messages a day and get 10 people to respond than send 1,000 messages a day and get 1% of people to respond. It's a lot less work on my end, and I'm not burning through this list as fast. So I recommend adding some lines of personalization to your messaging. To give you a real life example, we had a client who had a very small total addressable market. So we couldn't send 10,000 cold messages every single day. And we set up a campaign that originally was getting about a 5% response rate. That means that if we sent 20 messages, we'd get about 1 response. And that's not terrible, but I knew that we could do better. So what we did is we added a Loom video for every single person that we were sending messages out to. Now on the spectrum, a Loom video, a personalized video, is definitely going to be more on the personalized side. It takes more time to do. And when we added that Loom video inside of there, we doubled the response rate. We went from 5% to 10%, which means that whenever we send 20 messages, we'd get 2 responses instead of 1. And if you extrapolate that over hundreds or eventually thousands of messages, that has the potential to double your business just by adding a few more minutes, adding that personalization. Number 4, you're not messaging the right people. Let's say that you've somehow created the most amazing alcoholic drink in the world. I mean, it tastes delicious. You never have a hangover after drinking it. It's actually healthy for you to drink. And you take that new alcoholic drink that you have and you drive to your closest convent full of nuns and you try to sell them that drink. Well, no matter how amazing that alcoholic drink is, there's a very low chance that those nuns are going to want to buy it, right? And I know that's somewhat of a silly example, but you have to understand that's how most people are sending their messages. They're creating this really amazing messaging. They're following all the frameworks that I talk about in my different videos, and then they're sending it out to people who are not qualified. It's falling on deaf ears. So for example, if you service real estate agents and you send out all your cold messaging saying that I can help you grow your real estate business, well, you may not know, but about 60% of real estate agents make less than $40,000 a year, which means that there's a good chance that they're not going to be able to afford to pay you $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. But then you're sending those messages out and you wonder why nobody's responding. Or if they do respond, they get on a phone with you and then they say, oh, it's too expensive. And so here you are changing all of your messaging, maybe even changing your pricing, all because you're talking to the wrong person. But if you talk to the right person, not only would they respond to your message, but then when they got on the phone, they'd likely pay and pay in full. And the 5th reason why your messaging may not be getting responses is because it is too confusing. This is something that I've seen a lot of people when they're creating their ads, their cold messages, their sales pages, even just a post on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn, or any of the different platforms. It's that they make it too confusing. They make it so sophisticated because they think that if they make it sophisticated, it makes them seem sophisticated. And this is even something that I personally struggled with myself. But then what I realized is that those same people that I thought were so sophisticated were also the same ones who spend an average of 4 to 6 hours a day on Instagram, liking photos of girls in bikinis or liking photos of kind of silly, frivolous things. And the reason why those people are spending 4 to 6 hours a day on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook consuming that content versus responding back to my messages is because those platforms just made it very easy for the person that's looking at it to know what to do or know what to respond back to. And that's how we started shifting all of our messaging. And I actually recommend using a website called Hemingway app, where you can type in your message, your cold message, your post, wherever else it is, and it will tell you what reading grade level your messaging is. So for example, a lot of people, when they put their messaging inside of there, will see that their reading level is postgraduate. And while that may make you sound fancy, if someone has to think too much when they're reading your message, they're going to get confused and they're just going to hop off. So instead, I would recommend breaking it down to a third grader's reading level, because the benefit of that is that this person doesn't have to spend any time actually trying to understand what you say, and instead spend that time weighing should they respond or not, which will lead to a much higher chance of them actually responding. So now that you're starting to get more responses from your messaging, I recommend checking out this video here where we walk through our exact LinkedIn lead generation campaign responsible for hundreds of thousands of dollars for ourselves and our clients' businesses.